What's going on, guys and gals? Chris the Bonafide Hustler coming to you live from the outside of my house. It's an amazing day here in Austin, Texas. And I thought I'd just take a second while I'm out here just sitting down in one of the chairs outside my front door. And I want to take a second just to maybe answer some of you guys' Q&A, right? Or Q's, right? Because I guess I would give the A's. But yeah, welcome to my channel. You know, on a part-time basis, I am flipping things I find from garage sales, estate sales, yard sales, flea markets, pawn shops, swap meets, big box stores, and also thrift stores. And I put it on places like eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, my antique booth, and other consignment stores in town. The other half of my life, I'm pretty much, you know, really trying to craft like the ultimate lifestyle. I'm trying, you know, hard as hell to maintain my physical fitness at 39 years old and keep it at like peak conditioning. Doing a lot of really amazing things behind the scenes with the green room, and also working on a couple other side businesses behind the scenes. So that's what I'm doing right now. But for the most part, it's, you know, I really take outdoors, lifestyle, fitness extremely important. It's like the #1 thing in my life that I care about the most out of anything. I mean, people that know me from my YouTube channel might think, hey, like all you care about is thrifting and you make like, you know, a ton of good videos and ride-alongs, but it's actually false. The thing I care about the most actually is fitness and being, you know, able to take my body from point A to point B in a very effective manner. So, sorry, it's windy. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but hopefully you guys can. So, anyways, I want to answer some Q&A real quick. I got 4 upvotes. Hey, thanks, Eric Pierce, saying hit that like button. I agree. Got 38 viewers in the house, so go ahead and ask away real quick. You know, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit just to make sure that you guys you know, get your answers and stuff. What's up, Joe Molina? So Mike Lindquist said, do you like fitness more than I like breakfast tacos? It's a really good question. You know, I like breakfast tacos a lot. I think it's very skewed the way you guys probably view it, because I do ride-alongs and I'm always at Taco Deli at least once a week. But every time that I go to Taco Deli, like my brother and I, we alternate like who buys that day. So it's not like I'm buying every single weekend. On top of that, there was a time where, you know, I'd go to Taco Deli like 3 times a week or something like that. And then it's not exactly that it's cost effective. It's just that you don't want to do too much of something that's really amazing. So I love Taco Deli and I like to reserve it for Saturdays. I like tacos in general, but if I have to have a taco, it's only going to be from Taco Deli. So I don't ever get tacos from any other place. So do I like it more than fitness? No. Have I considered starting a fitness line? I actually did start a fitness line, and I'm working on it behind the scenes. It's actually called Strella, so I do have a fitness line of private label products. That is behind the scenes that I'm slowly working on. But yeah, I already have that, and it's good. I like repping good stuff, and I started thinking like, why don't I just make my own stuff? So now I'm repping it. My wife wears it, my brother wears it, his girlfriend wears it, some people in North Carolina wear it. Yeah, I mean, I've actually shipped off some hats here and there, so it's pretty cool. So anyways, Carissa Powell, I couldn't see that one in time. So yeah, go ahead. See, the thing about this YouTube live thing on the cell phone, this is what I'm talking to you guys on, is that when the comments come, they kind of fade away real fast. So did I find anything good today on Goodwill besides a good shopping cart? Yeah, so clearly some people here follow my Facebook, and sometimes you have amazing days at the thrift stores and sometimes you don't. I did find things today, but it just doesn't go with my strategy anymore, and so I had to put it down. And I was putting down items that could have probably made me 20 or 30 bucks on I don't know, 2 to 3 month standpoint, and I just didn't do it. So yeah, I'm trying to really stick close to like what I believe in, what I want to do with 2018. And yeah, I see my brother pulling in right now down the cul-de-sac. He's over there. Maybe he'll say hi on the video real quick. But yeah, the road to 200 is a really important thing. You can go check out my playlist. It actually has 2 videos on it now, 2 official videos on road to 200, and definitely look at that for tips and tricks and what road to 200 even means in the first place. Let's keep this stuff like lifestyle oriented if we can. I mean, if we can't, it's not a big deal too. Mike Lindquist says, hey, do you have a Goodwill outlet bins? We do. We have bins. We have 2 bins in town. I've been to one. I personally don't like it. That's just me. I like to be in and out of places real quick, and with the bins, I feel like it's a little bit more of a time commitment. Another thing about the bins that I don't really like very much is that I don't know. You know how they say in life, like, surround yourself with the kind of people that you want to become, right? So when I go to the bins, I I don't know what it is. Like, it's just a dirty place where a lot, from what I can see, like it's got a lot of people just bickering and fighting over stuff, and just, it's kind of cutthroat. And so I just don't want to be around that. Like, I just don't feel as if I need to fight for anything. Yeah, it's dark and dusty. And it's very, just, I don't know. It's just drab. It's just drab, and the people there, to me, just aren't really alive. They're just not, like, I don't know. Like, I like spunky people and being around people that are dynamic and can further my life, right? And when I go to the bins, I don't feel as if those caliber of people are there. So that's just me. There was a question that came in, do I believe in cheat days? Yeah, all the time, actually. Right now I'm in a bulk, so it is, it's fun being on a bulk. You get to eat whatever you want, basically. I think I'm somewhere between 202 and 204 pounds, like at the end of the night. I like cheat days a lot, but when I start cutting, I tend to have more cheat meals, not technically cheat days. If they're cheat days, it'll be like on a weekend or something like that. But even then, I still try to make half of my day like eating good, and then the other half like maybe a pizza or something like that. So hey, thanks, Eric. I really appreciate that. I think, when you are on a diet, sustainability is the most important thing. So if you are on a diet and it limits you to like no end, I mean, that's no fun at all. The only limitations that you really should be having in your life are allergic reactions to certain foods. Outside of that, there shouldn't be any limitations. Like, you should be able to live and eat and drink and do whatever you want within reason, within moderation. So I think a lot of people lose touch with that, and they start erasing all these things that they think affect them in completely negative ways. But quite honestly, to me, the diet isn't the issue. It's usually a failure to exercise or expend the calorie of some sort. Like, so most people never want to work out. That's just what it is. Okay, so someone says, it's a question regarding TV. Do I watch much TV? There was a question that kind of alluded, saying you guys don't strike me as the kind of people that watch TV, referring to me, College Picker, Cody from Australia. I watch TV nearly every night, but not I watch the television, but I don't watch actual TV, broadcast TV. I watch Amazon Prime stuff and I watch Netflix stuff. But what that is, it can vary so many times. So I don't know. Is ASD worth it? ASD is the show it's like a wholesale show in Vegas where you can meet with vendors and stuff. I went there last year. I wasn't in a wholesale mode, and I'm not in a wholesale mode now. It was worth it because I went there to support the green room and to support the members that were there. Had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, and got to see a lot of good people again. Did I enjoy ASD? I just knew it wasn't for me, but I can see how someone that's interested in expanding their product lines and having a little bit more passive type income would really like that. So anyways, just for me, it wasn't the thing, Yeah, so that's pretty much it. An amazing show, though. I mean, really, honestly, I should have just gone to the Magic show last year, since I developed like a product line and stuff, behind the scenes for this fitness thing. I should have gone to Magic, and I still want to go to Magic one day, which I think is in California, or maybe it's in Vegas, but it's a totally different show based upon fashion and like stuff like that. So I do want to go check that out one day. But then again, I don't think I need many ideas anymore. With Instagram and everything, there's so many ways to just get inspired out there. Yeah, so JJ Mario said, I can see where you might want to deal with different types of people rather than deal with people that are like bickering and fighting over items. Like, I just don't like to fight over anything. I don't like to prove to anyone that I'm better. It's just not my mentality. It's primarily one of the reasons why I never went into competitive bodybuilding. I don't go into competitive mountain biking. I just don't want to be too much into something and have to prove that I'm the best to somebody, because I just know that I'm good. Like, I know that already inside, I know I'm really good at certain things, but I don't feel as if I need to, diet for 16 weeks or 20 weeks just to prove on stage that I'm better than somebody else. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. So I compete with myself. Yeah, I always try to make myself better. That's a good way to put it. Do I play any video games? Which one? Lately, I have been playing Mario Kart 8, and what's the other one that's in the system right now? I still think Red Dead Redemption is still on my Xbox 360, so I'll play that every now and then. Outside of that, I don't play much video games at all. So I figure when I get to like this super awesome laptop lifestyle, like just everything's running on cruise control, then maybe I'll have spare time to like actually play video games. But for right now, I have a lot of dreams and aspirations that I need to like get to. So it's the reason why. That's the main reason why I don't have time for that. More questions. Let's see. We got 55 people in the house, 15 upvotes. If you're enjoying this, maybe you get a tip or something, or let me know. Eric says, just be the best you can to make your life better. It's true. Like, I don't like competing with anybody. I just don't. I don't think it's good for your mental state. Yeah, I just don't think it's that good. So, Harambe says, can I troll you? No, don't troll me, please. Okay, other questions. Any kids in my future? Probably in like a year or two, yeah. I would think there would be kids in the future. My wife's in the midst of mastering a really good position that she's been working at for about a year now. She works in the medical field, and so she's mastering that position. And Austin's a pretty big town. It's not even close to saturation. She's got a lot of work on her table, so yeah, she enjoys doing it, but she has to do a lot of work. So it pays off though. She's making a killer income, so that's good for her. I'm proud of her. What else we got? How many hours of sleep do I normally get? Normally during the week it's between 6 and 7, which I really wish I could be 7 and 8, but it's not. On the weekends it can get around 6 to 8. Yeah, on a Saturday night, 8. On a Friday night I get 6 because I'm so jazzed up for garage sales. Larry's Dusty Attic, does your wife help in your business ventures? So directly no, indirectly yes. She's on the Shopify storefront for my fitness brand, so she's actually on there with some pictures. She reps it a lot, and a lot of people ask her about some of the gear, or not the gear, but the hats mainly. It's mainly the hats, honestly. People ask her about that all the time, so she's always talking it up. She helps me source sometimes if I'm at a thrift store, which I was at the thrift store. I went to thrift stores yesterday for like an hour. Then after I got bubble tea with her, I went to a Savers like at 8 o'clock at night, and she went with me, and we didn't find anything. But yeah, she enjoys the thrift thing. Not that she really needs to, but then again, even if you're making a ton of money in your life, I still think there's a huge need to buy stuff on discounts. Like, why buy stuff full price? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you can make your money last longer. You can have more fun, and still have the same product and still wear the same cool clothes if you just buy smart, right? So, anyways, other questions. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm gonna hang around a little bit. Oh man, it's such a beautiful day today. I think after this, I'm gonna do a HIIT workout, like right here in my driveway. So, I'm probably gonna do some rope stuff, some medicine ball stuff, some slam ball stuff, and some jumping stuff. So anyways, that's coming around the corner. That's probably not going to be on YouTube, but something I want to do. Yeah, part of one of the products that I am building, it's actually built theoretically. I just have to test it all out, but it's actually built already, is a HIIT program. So it's pretty cool. And if you don't know what that means, it's high intensity interval training, the most effective way to burn fat, period. So basically built my own program. And yeah. Don Mario, am I gay? No, I'm not gay. Sorry. Do I have a fitness YouTube channel? I do. It's called Bod Damn. That's the YouTube channel. That is the fitness one. So, what else we got? Nick and ATX. I like that name. Are you the one that's talking to me from behind the scenes? Anyways. Hey, Bonafide. All right, Bonafide Hustler, do you ever take time to reflect on the teachings from teachers like Christ, Buddha, Socrates, Confucius, ancient stuff like that? Not so much. I think the extent of the advice that I take is from people like Napoleon Hill, some Ralph Waldo Emerson stuff, but random stuff like that. Yeah, I go back as far as that stuff. But I don't go way far. Some Bruce Lee stuff, of course, yeah. Hey, Chris says, Barbara, hey, what's going on? Good to see ya. That's a beautiful day here in Austin, Texas. I mean, it's like super awesome. So I definitely have to get some cardio done here pretty soon. Oh wow, just sold something on eBay. Okay. Do I have a Shopify store for my fitness gear? I do. I don't really tout it right now because I'm still, working everything out. So, but it is built already. It's already done. There's a couple people in this feed that know what it is, but just don't say it. But anyways, they've already bought stuff from it. I'm moving to San Antonio in 20 days from Canada. See you soon. Sweet. DJ Castilla, something like that. Yeah, I've seen your name a million times on my channel, so that's really cool. Maybe we'll meet up. What did I sell? I actually sold a GoPro clamp. That was cool. I moved the price on it yesterday, like $3 or $4. It doesn't go with my strategy, so that's why I was working on the prices of those things and getting them out of here. Yeah, a GoPro clamp sold for like 32 or some 31, something like that. So I think I'm only 5 or 10 into that thing, so still, money's money, whatever. What else we got? 68 viewers in the house, 23 upvotes. Hey, if I do my math, there's at least 45 people here that haven't done something for me, so let me know. I can't talk super loud. I mean, well, I guess I could. I mean, nobody's here in the cul-de-sac right now, but hopefully you can still hear me. So it is windy though. Hey, what's up, Glenn? Swamp Picker. I've met him at a green room meetup. What is up? Do I like rock concerts, mosh pit, crowd surfing? Okay, I don't really care for mosh pits and crowd surfing so much, but I do like rock concerts. So yeah, I go to ACL every year, and every now and then I'll catch a live show at South by Southwest or something like that. What's up, Carla? Good to see you. But yeah, I like live music a lot. I really do. It's hard to, it's damn near impossible to live in Austin, Texas and not actually like live music. So I like all types of live music, with the exception of, I'm just not a big fan of jazz, but I do like live music a lot. It's a lot of fun. What do I think about Tool? Because I like Metallica. I like Metallica a lot. Tool for me was something I listened to in the late 90s, early 2000s or something like that. I like Tool. I don't really care for the sober song or anything like that, but there's some other ones that I found, and many that never made it to the popular scene that I really enjoy. So I can't remember what album that comes from or anything like that, but I want to say it's Anemia or something. But yeah, I like Tool. I mean, I don't listen to it all the time, but every now and then I get into a mode where I listen to stuff. The last mode I got into recently was a mode where I was listening to a bunch of old Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. What else was I listening to? Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. It was mostly live stuff too. Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Metallica, the Cliff Burton days and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's fun when, I don't know why, it's just so tragic. Like some of these bands, I really like Alice in Chains a lot. And yeah, just there's something about that music. Maybe it was just the way I was feeling at the time. It really resonated with me. But it's just a phenomenal band to me. If you're gonna listen to some, I guess it's grunge metal. I forgot what it's called, but I think it's grunge metal. I really like it all. It's just a very, very, very good band that was just far beyond. It never got the recognition that it really should have got. They never really got as far as they really could have gotten, and I don't think they cared to. And so, yeah, I really like Alice in Chains a lot. Are you any money hitting the garage sales this weekend? Hell yeah, I am. Of course. Have to. Definitely gonna hit that up this weekend. Got a Super Bowl party to attend, which is neat. The Super Bowl party is gonna be actually at my friend's park. There's a park that's like right beside his house, and they're gonna get a projector out. It's probably gonna be like 40 or 50 degrees, but it's gonna be my first Super Bowl party that I'm actually gonna do outside, which is cool. So I can't wait for that. Yeah, Lane Staley is not the lead singer of Alice in Chains. He passed away like in 98 or 01, I don't know, drug overdose. But yeah, they have this other guy who is just not that good. But I mean, it'll do, but it's just not that good. So yeah, it's just anyway, that's for another time. He tries to be as good as Lane Staley or Staley or whatever you say. It just doesn't even work. Give us a little preview of tonight's show. Tonight we're going to be talking about like really, really awesome thrift store tips. So, yeah, the preview. I mean, these are going to be different tips than maybe the tips that we talked about 2 or 3 years ago. I'm going to try to give you guys as much, free good content as I can. So, a couple of years ago, you mentioned writing a book of a Lucky biography. Holy crap. I've always thought that this resonates all the time. So many times during a day or a week, I think about this, and I was like, I should totally write a book about my life. Like, you guys would not believe it. You would never believe some of the things that I've done or, did or done or did, same thing, but you would not believe it. So I've always thought about writing that book, and it would be really, really interesting. I know I could. I was just always thinking like the editor, like that's just the part that scares me the most, is the editing part of it. Not I would edit it, like obviously I have to get a professional editor, and now I'm just afraid of what the editor would think, because I know it's good. There's definitely some shocking things in there. But yeah, I haven't like done anything really bad, like really, really bad. I haven't committed any atrocious crimes or killed anybody, so that's good. But I have done some weird things, so. Um, yeah, I don't know what I was gonna call it. I was gonna call it, there was an, anyway, it doesn't matter right now. But anyway, yeah, I was gonna call it something kind of interesting. Part of me also wants to write I hate this name. I hate this term, but as soon as I say it, everyone's gonna kind of know the genre I'm talking about. But I was gonna write a pickup book, because that was just a portion of my life, not even a portion, what seems to be, you know, a decade and a half of my life was that kind of stuff. So I could write it, and I'm not talking about like truck pickups. I'm talking about another kind of pickup. So I thought about writing that too. It's fun to write because it's just creativity. I figured out through all the years that I like creating things. It's just what it is, down to graphics, to shows and content, and you know, the itinerary for the green room meetups. Like I just like creating things, and I'm okay with outsourcing some of the other stuff, but the creation part of it and the brainstorming of stuff, I love it. So I don't know what it is. It's just some people really get fired up about certain things. Like I just like creating things, and I could effortlessly create a book or a guide. I just could. But then the part of me that really suffers the most is the perfection part of it. It's like I always want it to be the best thing possible. And so one of the things you have to understand in life is that if you strive for perfection, you're probably going to fail way too much, to the point where it's probably going to be extremely discouraging and you're not going to want to continue. So the best thing to do is just to do 90% of something correctly, and issue it out 90% of the way good. You know, like my first book on Amazon, Flip That, that book probably had 6 typos or something like that. I self-edited most of it, and yeah, some people in the Amazon comments found the typos right, and they were just like, "This book's not edited right," blah blah blah. But the book has a 4.5-star rating on Amazon. It's like what, 44 or 50 comments or something like that. It's not bad for my first book, you know. But if I just kept trying to be perfect and get that thing perfect, it might have never came out. So I'm glad that I issued it out at 90% with some typos. Like I'm okay with that. But my Bikes to Bucks thing, that was different. Like that one, I got a professional editor to look it over. I got a professional graphic designer on it, and I did, you know, I did a better job with that one. But even then, it wasn't even encompassing. Like I would want to say that Bikes to Bucks is to go all like, you know, flip bike guide, but it's close. It's close. It just can't. There's too many things to discuss. It'd be impossible. Hey, here's my wife. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
There she is. Anyway, she's gonna go do something.
I love you.
Me too. Bye. Yeah, she's okay. That was weird. Where the hell was I? I got all sidetracked. Tag popper. Hold on. Okay. There was a question in there that said, did these pickup lines and stuff work when I got my wife? I got my wife in a very interesting kind of way, which that's for another show. But absolutely, yeah. Like it's not pickup lines. It's just all this stuff in the practice. It all boiled down to like finding the perfect person for me. And yeah, I think all the practice in the world and all the stuff that I read and all the stuff that I'd executed in the real world, like finally got me to a moment where, you know, it was do or die and try to get the best girl. And so I did. And yeah, so whether it worked or not, I don't want to call it pickup lines or whatever, but there's a certain way you have to operate if you're dealing with women. And I'm talking about it in a respectful manner, not like the disrespectful manner, which is why I hate the word pickup more than anything. There was another word that I really hated today more than anything too, and I realized it today. but that was the word ritual, and more specifically, the tying of the word ritual to the word morning. No, it's not the word moist, but it's morning ritual. Oh, I hate that. I don't know why I hate that word so much. Like ritual to me is like, I start thinking witchcraft and that movie from like the early 2000s, The Craft, and all these like ritualist, it's just like satanic, like freaking Blair Witch Project stuff. Like I just hate the word. There's always, I would love to say that I don't get triggered about, I don't get triggered with small things, and I don't. But like this one small thing, like really, really pisses me off. And another thing that pisses me off too, is and we discussed this in a show like 3 shows ago. But like those words in people's rooms that says like dream, or like when you're in a kitchen it says eat, or during Christmas it says be merry, and it's these like stupid letters that you buy from Walmart's or Kirkland's and World Market. I hate those things. I don't know why. I think it's so stupid. I just like when you go when you get love. That's one of them. When I go into people's houses and I see that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that one right there. When I see those things, I just automatically, for some reason, it's like my kryptonite. I start crumpling together in the corner. I'm just like shivering. I hate it. So I don't really do that, but inside my mind, I do. I think other things too. But anyway. Yeah, I go Hulk smashing all over people's houses. Another question. Let's get some more questions out. So yeah, these are good lifestyle questions. I like that, 59 viewers in the house. James Moreland says, I'm in a room full of those words right now. Ooh, I hate, ooh. Prove it to me. Send me a picture through Facebook, right? Yeah, one of the reasons why I do these Q&As, there's 2 reasons why I do the Q&As. Actually, 3 primary reasons why I do them. One is to connect better with you guys out there and gals. 2, it's a really good way to be unedited and show things, and not have to edit it. So that's like more raw and like the real person behind, the camera. And then the 3rd reason is because it's a skill that a lot of people need to work on, including myself. Most people would think, oh, he's really good in front of the camera, like he can do things right. There's a certain element of who you can become when the video is not edited. So when I'm shooting like the ride along, I can go completely like, ape, what word, ape, S-H-I-T. And then I can just pick the good parts and then put them on a video, make you guys laugh, and like, we can learn thrifting together. Another element is doing a live show in my room in the office, which is a familiar surrounding, and it's unedited, but I got a headset and I'm kind of prepped and it's good. And then the 3rd one is just freaking super improv, like right here with a tripod and a camera, and it's my cell phone, and now it's like very, very unedited and it's a little scary, but it's okay. I'm not like fearful or anything. It's good practice to always get in front of all those 3 facets, whether it be a webcam, a cell phone, or my Canon G7X camera. Nice glasses from In the Sun by the Beach. Yeah, these are cool. Actually, the funny thing is, I think I got these. Where did we get these things? My wife bought them full price somewhere for like 140 bucks. She hated them, and then I was like, "Ooh, I like them." She's like, "Pay me 140 bucks." I'm like, "Well, they're used technically, so I'll give you like 80, or was it 100? I don't know." This was like a year and a half ago. She bought them straight out of a sunglass store in California somewhere, which is like the worst of the worst. Like, don't ever do that. But yeah, I like theoretically lowballed my wife. But hey, I'm a hustler. And they're cool glasses. Yeah, they are actually Von Zipper, I want to say. Yeah, they're Von Zipper, but they're a certain edition, which is kind of cool. Like, they're a little bit more rare. I want to say they are the Von Zipper Tom's edition. There's something that you cannot find there. They're very, very hard to find because they have this like gold accent thing. I think there was a comment, do I like Austin, Texas? I like Austin, Texas a lot. There have been a couple of years where I didn't like it. And that was mainly because, it's hard to say. Sometimes the town just grows too fast and it goes in these little spurts, and it's like really annoying because the traffic gets really crazy for a while and then they alleviate the problem. But Austin's an amazing town. it's not only amazing because the hustling is good here and the people want to look different, and there's just this like huge market for people that want crazy eclectic one of a kind items, right? So that's already playing behind the scenes, but many there's so many places to go in a tight radius, so it's like impossible not to succeed in this town if you are a reseller. That said, it's not the only thing I like about this town. This town has a culture that prides itself on supporting local businesses. So if you don't know what that means, that's basically mom and pops opening their own restaurant and hoping to survive and like build amazing food and like give you the most amazing experience. And it's one of a kind, right? And some of these one of a kind places get so successful that they form little chains like Taco Deli, like Torchy's Tacos, things like that. Whole Foods, for instance, started in a small town, then it grew. But I like that about the town a lot. And then there's a really good, the mentality of Texans, especially in Austin, Texas, is they have the time to talk to you. Like if you have something or you have a compliment or whatever, like you can say it and people will stop their days first, and actually talk to you and like, joke around with you. Everyone's pretty laid back over here, which is interesting because you don't get that kind of feeling in San Antonio or Dallas or Houston, but in Austin it's different. You go to California, like, unless you're like in the surfer scene, like most people like don't have the time of the day over there. That said, my ultimate goal, short-term goal, my ultimate short-term goal is to pay off my house. My second midterm goal is to actually relocate eventually to Colorado, because I do enjoy just a lot of things about Colorado. If you know a lot about me, you know that in the past 2 years, I've probably been to Colorado 4 times or so. Yeah, about 4 times. I'm going to Colorado in a couple weeks. I just really enjoy it. I like certain parts about Colorado. I like the snowboarding culture. I like old style Colorado, very specifically Durango, Telluride, things like that. So I love these little towns. I love everything that has to do with them. I love the fact that nobody walks around with product in their hair, for example. No one's walking around with Ugg boots. People are just outdoorsy. They're in shape, and they care about each other. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyways, where am I from? I'm from Houston, Texas. Yeah. What else we got here? Oh man, all kinds of crazy comments. All right, other questions, and I will answer those questions. Yeah, it is getting kind of out of hand. It's all good. So wait, pay off my house to go to Colorado. Life is so short. Yeah, so I have to definitely get that done. There's no sense in getting 2 houses. Like that just doesn't make a bit of sense. So I have to make sure that, in the short-term goal within 1 to 3 years, pay off this house if I can, and then yeah, that'll be it. And then from there, hopefully I can either rent this one out and then get a condo in Colorado. I don't know how to do. I don't know what's going on right now. There's so much that can change in an instant. So does my wife want to move to Colorado? Yeah, actually she does. If I sell my house in Austin, I will never be able to afford Austin again, ever. So yeah. Start looking like Nicolas Cage with more hair. Cool. I mean, Nicolas Cage is a good actor. I like that. There was another question about, what was it? I saw it earlier. Anyways, when am I do another re-interview with Paul Cantu? Paul Cantu, I think he's at like 400 something thousand subscribers. He's a really good YouTuber that does, he does thrift pickup videos, but he does a lot of like sneakers and like jerseys, and I really have a lot of respect for that guy. So but yeah, go check out his channel. When we interviewed him on my channel, he had 60,000 subscribers or something like that, and now he's blown up considerably. Same thing with Stefan Palernos, aka Stefan James. So anyways, yeah, those two people, like when we interviewed them like many years ago, they were just kind of normal, and then yeah, that's what happened. I mean, they got popular, and yeah. All right. Any more questions, lifestyle related? Let me know. Hair is good. Thanks. I know Fireside. I know, you're right. I do, but it's not a big deal. Everyone's talking about the hair. Every now and then I get annoyed with the hair. Trust me, I do. But it's okay. Will E-Money move also? I don't know. It's hard to say. E-Money does live like right beside me. He's the next house over. So I don't. That's another reason why the Colorado thing may or may not come to fruition. And maybe I would just get a condo and rent that out over there. I don't know. What would happen if I skipped a day? Oh, sorry, I'm like picking up that clink. Sorry, I was actually messing with these like gravel stones right here, right? These are Black Star gravel. There's a question that was, what would I do with a day without coffee? That's tough to say because I drink coffee every single morning for the most part. But I don't want people to think that I only drink coffee and I slam cups down all day. No, I probably go through a cup and a quarter throughout the entire day and I sip on it, so that's good. Some questions about intermittent fasting. Okay, so like intermittent fasting to me is something I've been doing for 2 years of my life. It is awesome, right? But that doesn't really help you guys out, so let me kind of elaborate a little bit. It's essentially intermittent fasting is eating your food in a very small window. So I'll just say it like that. So my father does intermittent fasting right now. He eats from the hours of 8 in the morning to 4 in the evening, right? That's his eating window. It's 8 hours long. And after that, he goes on, a 16-hour fast until 8 o'clock the next morning. There are many profound benefits when you intermittent fast. For people like my age group, secretion of a little bit more growth hormone, regulates kidney function better. There's so many benefits, diabetic benefits. You got to check it out. I mean, honestly, don't just do it because I'm telling you to do it, but it's just an amazing thing. And plus, if you are a little bit more on a fast-paced lifestyle, always running around stuff, which I kind of tend to be lately, it only helps in a situation like that. So I can't remember the last time really I woke up and had oatmeal and eggs and all that kind of, unless I'm on vacation or my parents are in town. I don't do that kind of stuff. I literally wake up and I go to the gym. I wake up at 5:20 in the morning. I'm at the gym by 6:15. It's a gym that's 8 miles away. And I work out. I'm out of the gym by 7:40 or so, and I'm at a coffee shop down with my first. I have a cup of, I'm at the coffee shop at 8 o'clock, and then I do work until about 11 or noon, and then I have my first actual meal around noon. So I prep it at home, and then, yeah, it's such a beautiful day. That's why I keep looking over here. But I prep the meal at home. Sometimes the meal is just enormously huge. Sometimes it's just medium-sized. It really depends on my outlook on what other energy expenditure things I'm going to be doing in the middle part of the day. So if I have a big mountain bike ride or something like that, or then I'll consume a little bit more than normal. But typically my breakfast is right at noon. I'll have right after this, it'll be 3:30. I will have a protein shake or something like that, and then I will have a dinner, and then I will have a final protein shake before I go to bed. So that's pretty much what I do. So that's my IF right there. My last meal comes in around 10. So my eating window, while I would love for my last meal to be 8, my eating window is actually 10 hours long. It's from noon to 10, and then I don't eat the very next day until noon again. So that's basically what I do. The exception sometimes is Saturdays, where I go to Taco Deli at 11, and I like it a lot. So I started intermittent fasting with only 3 hours fasting in the morning. This was 2 years ago, and as of about 3 months ago, I went into the 5 hour in the morning wait. So I I wake up 5:20, actually longer than 5 hours now that I think about it. It's actually more like 6.5. But I do 6.5 hours, and then I have my first meal. Now, some of the questions are, what can you have in 6.5 hours? That's a very important question to address, and the answer to that is pretty simple. It's just water and coffee. That's it. Like water and sipping on coffee. If I was to pound down coffee, then my stomach would probably get irritated, just like everybody else's, and then it'll spark me to want to eat something, and then the calories will break the fast, and it's not good. So, sipping on coffee. I freaking smash a workout in the morning, but then typically after that I go to a seated position at the coffee shop, so I'm not like running around like walking around and stuff. So that has to be considered too. I love IF. The only thing I drink is my pre-workout, so you have to be really careful. And this is one of the reasons why I still haven't bought my second round of Cellucor C4, which is a really popular pre-workout, and it really gets you like jazzed up and like feeling good. But I think C4, and I can't figure it out, or does C4 have calories or not? I swear it does. And if something has calories, especially if the calories come from carbs, which in a pre-workout I can't imagine that the calories would come from anything but carbs or sugars, that will trip up your IF. That'll trip up your fast in the morning. And so there's no sense in putting pre-workout in your body, if it's just going to trip up your fast. It's essentially like you've waited an hour to go eat something. So Benny says most pre-workouts are zero carbs. See, it's the thing, like I know for a fact that I've picked up some C4 back in the day that showed a serving was like 5 or 10 calories or something like that. And so I have to be very, very careful. The whole essence of fasting is to really hold to it and not to eat until a certain time. So that's why I don't do pre-workout right now. Oh, you're welcome, Michael. Awesome. So Benny says, I'll check that out. Yeah, I swear I've had some that had the nutritional facts on the side, and the most recent batch from Costco that was at a stellar deal, and I wanted to pick it up, didn't have any nutrition facts on the side. I was like, this is garbage. Like, what product doesn't have nutrition facts on the side? It's nuts. So anyways, my battery's getting low. I'm gonna hold out for 2 more questions, all right? So let me know your questions real quick. Just keep it kind of like lifestyle oriented, and I'll try to help you guys out as much as possible. And if you enjoyed this video, you gotta hit the like button. Plus, you have to put a suggestion of like, what should I open up the next lifestyle video, like what the topics would be. If you wanted a perfect topic to be talked about, like what would that be? And I want to help you guys out as much as I can. Now, while I have you guys here, definitely go check out my damn fitness channel. Okay, so I think it's almost at 2,000 subscribers, so you guys have to help me get to 2K, please. What was there's another question, like, well, when you fast, does it really screw your workout up? Actually, it doesn't. I'm really strong in the morning. I'm mostly, human beings are strongest technically from the hours of 2 to 5 p.m., assuming a normal sleep schedule and everything like that. But the workouts in the morning that I do are amazing. Like, they're full of strength. I mean, full of strength. If I was to do a HIIT workout in the morning, that's a different story. Like, that is a little bit more on the risky side. Like, it's just, I don't know if I have enough energy for that, because a HIIT workout's like, one false move and you could like snap your ankle or something, for example. So you don't want to do those kind of things. But I like, resistance training and weight training. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. There's another question in here. I forgot what it was. Anyway, so one more question. Let's get one more question in there real quick, and then I'm going to go inside and get my little smoothie in, and then I will be out here doing my HIIT workout, which I can't wait for. I'm a little weary on doing all of my HIIT workouts to test them out, because I know they're going to kick my butt. And trust me, if they kick my butt, they're going to kick your butt even worse. And so that's my greatest fear, is that it's going to be too discouraging. And so I have to like do the workouts and then redo them again, just to make sure and take out, put notes down, like what works and what doesn't. And then when I issue out to the general public, like this product, at least it's not going to be so discouraging where you're not going to want to repeat it. So one of the things I have to deal with when I make a product is deal with the fact that I'll need you guys to come back and buy the next one from me. So if I kill you guys on the first product, that's not good, right? If you get injured on the oak tree, right? And there's some days where I wish the oak tree was not here and just the sun was like right down on me. But there's so many days, especially in the summertime here in Austin, where the oak tree is absolutely crucial. Jonathan Rivera, when is E-Money coming out with his channel? He actually does have a channel. If you search garage sale finds or whatever like that on YouTube, you might be lucky enough to find E-Money's channel. It's called Easy Money, and like nobody knows how to find it, because like you type in Easy Money into YouTube and you literally get like 500,000 results, you know, and so many different channels. And since he hasn't been uploading very much, his stuff is at the bottom of the ranks. So I would love to say go help him out, but you probably can't even find him. So but yeah, he does have a YouTube channel called Easy Money. I will try to link it down below if I can remember to. Any more questions? One more. I've been on here for 45 minutes. That's crazy. That's good. Yeah, still got to build the outline for tonight's show and everything like that too, which should be good. We're gonna be talking about thrift store stuff tonight. So, one more question. What do you guys got? Come on. Let me know. One more cue. I probably will drink some more caffeine here in a second, especially before the workout. Am I from Austin originally? Grew up in Houston, Texas, so not from Austin originally. I grew up in Houston, went to UT after high school in Houston, University of Texas, graduated as a Longhorn, worked for Philip Morris, actually, of all companies. Worked for Philip Morris for 9 years. Actually more, yeah, about 9 years. I was a consultant for him. And then I did an MBA, and then I became a stock trader guy, day trader. And then I ran an insurance business for a little bit, and then I said, screw it with all that. I decided to become a professional reseller, and I like that more. It gives me the freedom to like really kind of craft the lifestyle behind the scenes. So I like that. Here, last question. Okay, it comes from Joe Molina. How much water do I drink in a given day? Right about a gallon or a gallon and a half. So that's pretty much where I want to be at the end of the day, about a gallon and a half of water. Typically a half gallon by the time a workout is over with. So, or more, but typically it's about a half gallon. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's time to do some hits. It's gonna be awesome. So essentially, when I do this hit workout, I'm gonna have to back up my truck to the driveway to attach the rope onto the thing and all this stuff. So yeah, this is gonna be